Anything is possible. It started with a dream. Our passion made a difference and built a family.
Hello, you're with Libby Dyson from libbystamps.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia, and today I thought I'd bring you this video on hinge stamping, and we're using the Stamparatus today. Now for this card I've used Celebrate Sunflowers and the sunflower dies, and here's a card which has got lots of lovely sentiments, plus Misty Moonlight, Clear Wink of Stella, Soft Sea Foam, and some Vellum and Champagne Rhinestones. Alright, so before I start, I just want to quickly talk to you about the Stamparatus. Now, it's not like any other stamp positioning tool because it's got these hinges, which are really fantastic. Now, when you have a look at the base of the Stamparatus, it's got 4 little cushions on it, which stop it from slipping around on your surface. It's got the position for 2 very, very strong magnets, and I've put some painter's tape on mine just to make them easier to grab because they are strong. Now, this is something new that I've just purchased, and it's the Stamparatus Deluxe Foam Matte, and I've got the metric one, but it also comes in Imperial, and it just sits on your Stamparatus like that, and it's got a white clean surface, so that's fantastic. Alright, the Stamparatus itself has a white clean surface, and it's about 7 1/4 by 7 1/4 or 19 centimetres by 19 centimetres. So it's got, this is the metric plate, but it's got measurements in Imperial and metric. And as I said, it's got the white clean surface. Now, it comes with this foam mat that just sits on there, and you use that for photopolymer stamps. Photopolymer stamps are clear stamps, and they don't have that cushioning that rubber cling mount stamps do. So use that for your photopolymer stamps. So I purchased this deluxe mat separately. Alright, it doesn't come with the Stamparatus, you purchase it separately. You can also purchase a bag to carry it in, and it's great because it fits so many other tools. Now it has 2 plates, so one, and you keep one, store one separately, so you can store them like that, but you can't store them hinged together. You can also buy the small grid paper that comes with that, and Simply Chamois, that's what it's called, so Simply Chamois. Now I keep it in a clear mount case, which you can also buy, and it fits just nicely. Keep it moist. I've got a dirty side and, well, a cleanish side. So I clean it on the dirty side first, and then I finish it off on the clean side when I clean my stamps. So I'll show you how to use that in a minute. Alright, today we're using a cling mount stamp, so we don't need the foam mat. You only need that for photopolymer stamps. And I've already got my card front cut, and it's similar to this one. Alright, so it's 9.5 centimetres by 13.9 centimetres, and I thought we would use the Thanks a Bunch from the Celebrate Sunflowers. This happens to be one of my favourite stamp sets. Now, what you do is you put your card front into the Stamparatus, and I anchor it down with one of the magnets. You don't really need to if it's right up in the corner. Make sure you've got your stamp round the right way, And we're going to pop it up like that and then close the hinge lid to our Stamparatus. Now, another tip I have for you is that when you're inking up, it's really good if you keep a stamp case under the hinged lid, because then that gives you a flat surface on which to ink. We're only going to use one hinge plate today, and you just need to check that it's straight. And you can see on the grid lines, a bit hard on the video, there are grid lines on your hinged plate, so you can see on that whether it's straight or not. Now, I thought I'd use two colours, Just Jade, which is a 2020 to 2022 in colour. So you come up and you ink up your stamp. Now, one of the other advantages of using the Stamparatus is that if you don't quite ink it properly the first time, you can ink it up again, leave your card in the same position and stamp down and get it perfectly in the right place. Now, I'm going to use my Simply Chamois to come in and clean my stamp so I can change colours. Leave your stamp in the same position and then you're going to do the hinge stamping part of it and change colours. So I'm going to use another 2020 to 2022 in colour, Bumblebee. So you come in and ink it up again. Then I'll show you another tip in a minute. Ink it up again with your ink. Move it down one hinge. So you've got them up the top here, move it down one and stamp. Now, if you want to stay with the same colour, you can. Now, see how that didn't quite stamp properly? So I can come back in, ink that up again and stamp down. Give it a little press and look, it's perfect. Now, if I want to stay with the same colour, I can lift it up 1, 2 to go to the Bumblebee colour. So ink it up again with Bumblebee, stamp down, give it a little rub, and I don't think it's quite going to fit one more. No. So we'll clean that off with our Simply Chamois. Give it a good wipe. Keep your stamp in the same position. Now this time you're going to move it up one to get that same colour of Just Jade and ink up your stamp nicely and stamp down. And see how when I have the hinge open to ink it up, now it hasn't quite stamped there, so just give it another little press or ink up again. Now when I've got it down here, this is flat, which gives you a nice flat surface to ink up. Ink up again, move it down 2 more hinges and ink. Press down nicely and there you've got your hinge stamping. Now all it means is that I need to just make this into a card and we're done. So here's the other card I shared previously, and if you look under the sunflower, it's got another happy birthday under there. So that was my first sample using the Celebrate Sunflowers bundle. So it comes with stamps and the sunflower dies. And this card we used, here's a card. I've used Misty Moonlight on this card with a clear ink of Stella and some Vellum. This card uses Just Jade and Bumblebee inks and Whisper White cardstock, and you can buy all these products in my online store, and I'd love you to shop with me, and I hope to see you again next time for another How Do I Do That video with LibbyStamps.com. Bye for now.